and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Grand Finals. The Grand Finals of Firegrow Cup number 8, the playoffs, day number 2 of the event, and it has been an intense 2 days here. The group stage and the playoff bracket. Now we are here with our final 2 players. Shout out to VK, of course. Does of course let us know, does confirm that yes, one of our players comes in from the upper bracket, and as a result, they have a 1-point advantage in this best of 7. Let's go. Let's see if this player here can overcome that. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Amygdala, we have our blue Zerg player. It is Wayne. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player coming in from the upper bracket, already up 1-0. It is Strange. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series, on who you believe will be our champion here. Again, Strange does already have the advantage. He has already defeated Wayne 3-0 already tonight. But I'm sure Wayne wants his revenge. I'm sure he wants to get a chance here to redeem himself and to be that champion once again. As Wayne, he is a previous Firegrow Cup champion. Oh my god, go for the hatch block. Okay, already popping up here. Does go for the hatch block across the map. Will delay the expansion. Will try to disrupt Strange, forcing out the Zealots. Now behind this, Wayne, he's going hatch, gas before pool. Very economic build here by Wayne. This is not to rush. This is not to go all in. This is only to delay. It's only to force an inefficient response. Forces out a gateway, a Zealot, second Zealot, pylon. Just delays the expansion for as long as possible. It is a hatch block. There's a hatch block here by Wayne. And we'll see if or how Strange responds to this, how he reacts, and if he's able to counterattack. Now, the downside of doing this build that Wayne is going for is that it does create a problem here right after the hatchery is dealt with. That is the double gateway. Because of the 2-gate opener, what do we have? We have 2 Zealots and 2 Adepts. That means that once this hatchery is dealt with, we're going for a counterattack. And that's going to be quite an abundance of units in the early game. That's going to be quite a lot to deal with. Because of that, Wayne, he will have to make Lings to survive the counterattack. And there it is. Lings are on the way. Lings are on the way. Here is that counterattack. 2 Zealots, 2 Adepts, they move out. They have potential to overwhelm the Lings to get economic damage. Wayne, he has poked the bear. And we'll see if he can survive it. Strange does move out. Does move out. Does threaten the shade. Wayne is keeping up. So good. I mean, that is a lot of links. Oh my god. And that's going to be 14 links for Wayne. And already you could even argue this is an overreaction here. 14 links, that's a lot of links. That could have been workers, could have been drones. So a big response. Behind this, Strange going for a Stargate into Void Ray. Again, we have seen Strange be quite creative when it comes to his Void Ray openers, going into Immortal-based all-ins, Immortal-based compositions, going into Sky Toss, going into Glaive Adepts. Well, speaking of what Strange can do, Wayne, fast lair. That's going to be a sub 4-minute lair timing, insanely fast lair. He does skip, oh no, sorry, he does get link speed. So link speed is done, rushes into the lair. What could this be? Now, we can lean towards a couple different things. This could be a fast lair into 2-base Muta. True, could be for Spire play, especially if extra gases are taken. This could be for something crazy like a Link Queen all-in. Queen count is relatively high. We have 4 queens, we have a good amount of lings. We could attempt an all-in, but the Void Ray did hunt down the Overlords. Gases are being taken. Okay, with extra gases here, it should be tech. Should be either Hydras or a Spire. Or maybe something different. We'll keep an eye on Wayne. Void Ray does move out. Hits the 3rd. More gates on the way. And oh, it is going to be Void Ray into Glaive Adepts. Oh, this is dangerous here. So Glaives are on the way, very aggressive follow-up here by Strange. Meanwhile, we do see it's not going to be Ling Muta, it's going to be Ling Hydra. Now, what I'm concerned by here is that Lings and Hydras are vulnerable to Adepts. Adepts, they do bonus damage to light units, and Ling Hydra, they are light units. Now, in the mid-game, Ling Hydra outscales Adepts, of course, because there are so many of them, but this early on, there aren't going to be many Hydras. Ooh. As the Oracle does fall, very nice pickoff here by Wayne. Strange also scouts. Strange, he confirms the timing of the Hydra Den. He knows what's going on. It comes down to how many Hydras are made. How greedy is Wayne going to be?
Our forces are under attack.
As Wayne, he does confirm how late the third base is. Overseer coming in for the scouts. And this Overseer should let Wayne know to make Hydras. And to make army. Forge Raid does hunt down the Overseer. Adepts they move out. Wayne, he does confirm the Twilight Council. He knows. He knows he is massing up his army. Lings, Hydras on the way. Wayne is supply blocked. Oh, is supply blocked? Only has 6 Hydras. Here come the Adepts. It's going to be how many? It's going to be 14 Adepts against 6 Hydras. We need more. Hydras are amassing. So far, so good. Drones coming in. Base is quite low. Going for the Hydras, committing to the shade. He's going for the dive. Dives on the Hydras. They're going to be targeted down. Nice trades here for the Adepts. Cleans up most of the Hydras, but Queens, they come into support. The Adept count is being thinned out. But does get 9 workers. Yeah, 9 drones go down. Shades into the natural, and I'm afraid to look how many. 10 Hydras get killed. 11. That is brutal. 12 Hydras alongside 12 drones. This is worth it. This is worth it here for Strange. Cripples the economy, shades into the main base, getting even more drone kills. And this is the danger of going Ling Hydra. This is the danger of not having either Banelings or Roaches, or really just knowing what's going on. Remember, it was a late scout. It was a late scout from Wayne, a late realization of what was happening. He was supply blocked. And with that, Strange is in a better position. Again, that was 22 drones, 22 workers, 12 Hydras, 15 Lings. And Adepts, they just keep going. And Wayne is redroning. No shot. Wayne, he has 3 Hydras. This is the army. This is the army. 3 Hydras. And 3 Lings. Lings are across the map. Adepts have arrived. There's nothing. There's nothing here. There's 3 Hydras. And of course the Queens, of course. But yeah, GG gets called. Nothing to defend. And Strange, he overwhelms. He overpowers. And Strange will extend his lead. Whew. GG. GG, well played, Strange. He will extend his lead here. He will take the game, well, the first or second game, depending on how you look at it. He's up 2-0. Strange is up 2-0. Now we're getting into getting into the next game. Game number 3. Oh boy. Here we go. Almost a hard counter. I say that, if you remember, to begin with, Strange, he was already going into Glaive Adepts. He was already going into Glaive Adepts. It was as he was going into Glaives that he scouted and found out, hey, you're going into Ling Hydra. Well, that's fortunate. it just happened to line up. So the Adepts, they just overwhelmed. They snowballed out of control. They did it crippling damage. And with that, we're getting into our next game. And we'll see if Wayne can recover as he is up against the wall. This is still best of 7, so plenty more games ahead of us, but yeah, rough start for the Zerg. And we'll see if he can recover. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have our blue Zerg player down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back here and now to make a series out of this. It is Wayne. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player. The red Protoss leading the series 2-0. It is Strange. Here we go. And this time, no hatch block. This time there is no hatch block. Wayne calming down, setting up back at home, getting into something more standard. Getting into a standard opener. Strange, likewise, he will move out. He will confirm the timing of the hatchery, the timing of the gases, and the spawning pool. So we're settling in. Now, coming into Ultra Love, I mean, there's a lot of potential. Ultralove is a defendable map, has a much more defendable third base, fourth base, has a lot of choke points, a lot of points of elevation. I can see Strange building up into the mid game, going for like an Immortal Archon heavy composition and snowballing out of control. That does seem like a style that Strange is quite fond of. We'll see. I don't see him going into Glaive Adepts. Don't see Glaive Adepts being a thing here. Game number next game. Yeah, you get what I mean. Strange up to it. But now we're soon to get into our tech of choice. Based on the pylon positioning, it looks like a Stargate opener. Stargate into Void Ray, I would imagine. See if he does deviate. One thing that I can say for certain, we're not going to see a standard game. So far here tonight, throughout the course of Fire Cup, I don't think we've seen a single standard game out of Strange. Even when he plays a little bit more macro-oriented, it's still his own twist to things, his own kind of flavor to that Protoss composition and overall build. As Wayne is taking his third. Taking his third expansion, droning on up. There's that Stargate opener out of Strange. And based on the rally, Void Ray. The rally here is to chase down the Overlord, so it looks like a Void Ray opener once again. And with the power of the Void Ray, he can hide his follow-up tech. Whether it's Glaives, whether it's Colossus, whether it's Glaives, whether it's a Fleet Beacon into Sky Toss, whether it's going to be into Temple Archives, Robo into Archon Drop, or even into a standard game. It's going to be a little bit more difficult here for Wayne to confirm. As Wayne does pull away. Void Ray is going to be on the hunt. Back at home, Wayne is just droning. Just droning, taking his gases, getting to link speed. Nothing crazy. So far, so good. We're going to keep our eye open for any fast lair, like the last game. Last game was an insanely fast lair into Hydra Rush, which is why he struggled. Twilight Council. Okay, Stargate open into Twilight Council, no expansion yet, a very aggressive build here by Strange. Now, we have seen two different things so far from here. This could be Glaives again, to be honest. It could be the same build, just Glaives, just Glaive Adepts. Otherwise, we could see a faster Blink timing instead, but that doesn't really seem to be Strange's go-to style. Blink is more macro-oriented and more safe. I'm leaning towards Glaives. The other option is going to be, as that is an insanely fast Roach Warren, so it is Glaives, as we did mention. Wayne, insanely fast Roach Warren here. That was, what, a 340-ish Roach Warren timing. Wayne, his massing Lings, playing very safe. He does get the third base, but this is a very strong reaction here from Wayne. And because of the early Roaches, because of the early Lings, Wayne, he should shut this down. And even have enough to counterattack. Yeah, as Wayne is staying on a lower drone count, staying on 40 drones, massing up Lings, massing up Roaches. We do see an earlier transition though. Robo here out of Strange. I mean, he did just scout and he saw lack of saturation. Yeah, late droning here from Wayne. How many Roaches does he have? 4. Not that many. Adepts are spotted. Wayne, he sees the Adepts. He's backing off. He's amassing Roaches as we speak. No Sim City, no wall at the natural. But there should be enough Lings and Roaches to defend. Okay, that's a lot of Lings. He comes in for the surround. Yeah, locks down the Adepts. Trades well. Oh, does get into the mineral line. Oh my god. Doesn't quite get the drones. It doesn't get them so far. Good response, good reactions from Wayne. He defends. He shuts down the Adepts. Adepts stay shaded to the main base. Finally, drone's going to be going down. Getting up to 4 workers so far. This is okay damage, but he needs more. Yeah, needs to get more done. Adepts are on a move. Shade gets cancelled. And Wayne defends. Wayne, this time he does defend. Back at home, we have Immortal production underway from Strange. Trying to build up. But he's going to be vulnerable. He's going to be exposed. Whew, okay. we have a game. we have a game. Wayne, he's okay. His drone count is low, but he's going for an all-in. He's going for an all-in, I assume, as he's getting into roach speed, but no, gases are being taken. Wayne is droning, taking another expansion. Wayne is pushing, that is true, but he is macroing behind this. So as a result, Strange should be fine. Strange, he should be okay. He deflects. He defends. And we're getting into a longer game state. Now, Wayne, he has no upgrades. He has no further tech for the time being. Still sticking with Ling Roach Ravager. He's walling up. He's walling up. He's walling off. He's trying to get a longer game out of this. I think that kills the tumors. Just one. Okay, I wasn't sure. One tumor goes down, but you can see Wayne fully walling up. Hoping to macro out of this. Meanwhile, Gateway Explosion. Gateway Explosion out of straight. Oh my, that's even more gates. 7 gates on the way. 7 gateways, 11 in total. Gases are taken. Strange, he's just building up heavily here on 3 bases. He could have cut some of these gateways and gone for another expansion, but there is no 4th. Not yet. So delayed 4th base, if not non-existent 4th base, in favor of what looks to be a 3 base all-in. Yeah, sentries, immortals, prism is on the way. That's a hefty immortal count. How many so far? 3. 3 immortals. Now, if Wayne droned, he'd be in trouble. But once again, we can see Wayne, he did take the expansion. He's not droning. Wayne, he's not droning up. He's also massing up his own Ling Roach Ravager army. He's not teching, he's not taking into Hydras, not taking into Lurkers. This is a very safe play out of Wayne. And it comes down to the engage, it comes down to the force fields and the biles. Decent force fields, but the biles, they knock them down. Army pushing in, Adepts threatening to shade here past the army. Once again, decent force fields, but there's just so much Zerg here. And Wayne is gonna overwhelm. He moves in. Biles, they graze the army. At the same time, Adepts, they do get into the mineral line, not bad. Get a handful of drones. They get a handful of workers. He does confirm no saturation. And Strange, he should back off. He backs off, he retreats. There's no reason to push in. There's no reason to all in and all-inning Zerg. Like, Strange pulls away. Keeping up with the rotations. Back at home, Robo, Bay as well. Into Colossus. But Wayne has momentum. Wayne does move in. Yeah, piling down the army, busts into the natural. And Wayne, he should be able to overwhelm. Whether it's fighting with the main army, even getting to the mineral line, the biles, they once again connect. Yeah, he shuts down the sentries, the adepts, the immortals are exposed. And Wayne, he's doing it. He's breaking through. It's not going to be one-sided. It's not going to be a 4-0 Wayne. He's fighting back. Depowering the gateways, getting into the mineral lines. Link's still in the main. Oof. Pass down that Void Ray. Strange, he does fight well, but he is losing all of his workers. 17 probes going to be going down. Get 17 workers. Despite that, Strange going to be able to hold on. Barely is holding. Extra warp-ins. Extra warp-ins. Strange does survive. But from here, now it's time to drone. Now Wayne, he can drone, he can saturate, get his 4th base up and running. He's switching into Hydras. Hydroden's on the way. Hive as well. Wayne is taking. He's taking up into a greater army. And Strange, he's, again, kind of limping his way into the mid-game. He lost far too much. He's gonna try to recover here, going for an immortal drop. He's likewise building up Colossus in the main. Oh. Likewise, Wayne, he does deny the expansion. Not bad. Denying the base. Prism into the main. And there is comeback potential here for Strange to pick away at the workers, to get a couple of drone kills. But for the most part, this is not enough. It's not enough back. We're coping a little bit. As Wayne, he's on a hive. He has a hive, yoinks the immortals. Oh, Prism does make it out. But with the power of Hydra Lurker Viper, Wayne, he should be secure. He should be secure. For the first time, he's actually gotten into a proper kind of game state here on 4 bases, joining up to 76. Something that never happened in their first series in the upper bracket finals. It never got there. But he made it. He made it. Wayne, he's maxed out. He's maxed out, dives into the natural. High Templar trying to respond. Storm is not ready. Yeah, Storm is just not ready. Oh my god. Moving in, shows the abductions. Takes down the Colossus, gets one, gets both. Yeah, both Colossus go down. No lurkers, the Storms are brutal. Has to respect them. Has to respect the Storms. Roaches, they bust into the mineral line. And Wayne, as he backs off, he should be morphing into lurkers. There we go. 7 lunkers on the way. Wayne, he's almost there. Roaches are still popping up. Prism into the main. Doing what he can. Again, just being as annoying as possible. I mean, is getting damage done, don't get me wrong. Is killing some workers. That is true. It's the army that's the biggest concern. As the Colossus count was almost reset, there's 1 Colossus left. Couple of High Templar, couple of Storms, 2 Immortals. And Strange is moving out. And he's pushing into lunkers. He cannot move into this. It's not going to happen. No shot. It's a Colossus. Takes down a Colossus. Takes down an Immortal. Very nice pickups. Brings him back into the main. This does force a response. Not a bad warp in. Strange getting 5 more drone kills. He makes it through. The lurkers out of position. The Vipers are exposed. Strange, honestly, he's fighting quite well with what he has. It's impressive. He's fighting well here. Meanwhile, lurkers, they counterattack. They hit the 3rd base of the natural. Strange forced a recall. Forced a recall back home. He will try to deal with this. Not the cleanest trades. Oh, rushing into lurkers. Brutal spine shots. Does hold. I mean, these are expensive trades from Wayne. Throwing away lunkers. But there's still just so many of them. Just so many lurkers. They move in. Vipers looking for more reductions. Going for the blinding clouds. Strange just zoned away from his own expansion. The 4th base should fall. So saving those workers. Meanwhile, Strange going for mass zealot counterattacks. Going for the warp-ins. Oh my god, the Storms though. Does take the Storms to the face. But Strange has nothing left. He has nothing remaining. GG gets called, and Wayne will fight back. He will put a point on the board. Whew. We have a series. We have a series. GG, Wayne does fight back. Not gonna lie, there were a couple of moments, especially when we saw the first wave of Storms, where I was like, yo, does Strange bounce back? I was like, yo, does Strange, does he win a fight? Does he bring this back? No shot. He had me doubting, Pop. He had me doubting. But no. In the end, Wayne, he did persevere. He maintained his army. GG. GG, well played. Got into his Hydra Lurker Viper after the failed Adept Aggression. As a reminder, this game, we had Strange go for the same build 2 games in a row. In the previous game, we had Strange go for Glaive Adepts and Overwhelm. Here, he went for Glaive Adepts, but this time, Wayne blindly was getting ready. He was blindly building up Lings and Roaches, so this time the Glaive Adepts barely did any damage. This is why I'm not too fond of the idea, whether it's Glaives or another build, to go for something very hyper-aggressive and hyper-specific multiple times in a series. In a best of 7, you can get away with it, but 2 games in a row, that I'm less fond of. And just because your opponent is a lot more kind of aware, is a lot more mentally prepared for that sort of thing, for that sort of build. So Wayne, he shut it down, and with that, we have a series. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of lane lines, we have the blue Zerg player fighting back, putting a point on the board. It is Wayne. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player leading the series 2-1. It is Strange. Very strange. Let's go. So, as of this time, we should not be seeing Glaives. We should not be seeing Star get into Glaive Adepts. I would hope to see something different from Strange instead. A different build, a different follow-up. I would hope. And we've seen plenty from him. We've seen rushes into Sky Toss, into Fleet Beacon, into Carrier. We've seen Immortal Archon, kind of Death Ball of an army, especially on smaller maps. Keep an eye on Strange. But now, moving out. Does move out. Hatch Gas Pool, standard opener here out of Wayne. We are going to be settling in. Just gate expanded to Cybercore, Hatch Gas Pool. From here, we keep an eye on any kind of big deviation. At this point, it feels like the chain has been broken. It's like, okay, so Strange, he shouldn't go for Glaives. Likewise, Wayne shouldn't rush into early Ling Roach. Now we've kind of reset a little bit here. Wayne, he's been able to prove he can take a map, of course. He can take it to Strange. Now we might be seeing something more standard out of Wayne. Droning, saturating, and trying to react and trying to respond to what Strange does. We go. As Wayne pulls out a gas, does pull out. This shows us that he most likely, he isn't going to rush into like a fast lair like we saw previously. No crazy lair rush. And this time, it is not the same build. As a reminder, if you weren't here for it, last game it was a Stargate opener into Void Ray into Glaive Adepts. This time, it's Twilight Council opener. So Strange, he is mixing it up for the first time in this series. Is mixing it up. Now, what could this be? This could be Glaive Adepts. It could be 4-gate Glaives with a Robo. This could be a DT-based opener instead. Could be a delayed Archon drop opener with a Temple Archives. Strange has options. Ooh, actually, Strange, he did popularize the builds, I want to say 2 years ago at this point, going 3-gate Glaives into a third base. Macro Glaive Adepts. That's what this looks like. So, do we have Glaives? Yes, but we don't have a Robo. Basically, because you're not spending money on a Robo, and you're not spending money on a War Prism, you can afford an expansion. This is a build that Strange actually came up with, and this build actually did spread around the European scene. With players like Skillus, players like MaxPax, and even Showtime like trying this out and whipping it out. But oh, there is a Robo though. It's going to be late, but a Robo's on the way. So we have 2 gateways here at the natural, and so far only 1 gateway in the main. So 3-gate Glaives, and I was assuming an expansion, but the Robo is a bit of a twist. Warping into depths. Going for the 4. This is different. Going for the Robo Forge instead of expansion to get into upgrades, build up Immortals. This is looking a little bit more like a 2-base all-in. This looks like layers to the build, where he starts with Adepts, and then he hopefully catches out his Zerg opponent with Immortal play. Curious. Here come the Adepts. They do move out. Remember, there's no War Prism to support them. There's +1. Observer first. Back at home, I believe there was a safety roach. Yeah, safety roach one here by Wayne. Strange, he thankfully doesn't. He shouldn't commit. He shouldn't be committing here. He's poking in, and I believe the purpose is to preserve these adepts, to come back home, to then move out with the Immortal all in, as Immortals are amassing. Immortals are amassing. Strange, he has money to expand, so it looks like he is going to be going for a third. He's going for the third expansion. Building up now a second Immortal. Second Immortal's on the way. So this is a quirky build, and so far the Immortals have not been revealed. Doesn't know Lings, they come in for this round, going for the third. I'll be honest, I don't know if this third base matters. Because it feels like we're committing. The Lings, they confirm. There we go, big scout, they get eyes on the Immortals. The Immortals are revealed. Wayne knows. Back at home, he's still making more Lings. Still massing up more Lings. Yep, gateway explosion, there it is. Massive gateway explosion. Getting up to 8 gates. 8 gates on 3 bases. Very Soul Train-esque. Immortal, Adept, Sentry. There's a Prism. Here comes the move out. So Strange is going to push. Now, seeing those Immortals is a tell, so Wayne, he knows to prioritize his army. He is making a couple of drones here and there. He's somewhat saturating his bases. But he's still morphing in Ravagers, squeezing out a couple of Roaches here and there. And of course, ready for a big Ling counterattack. Once Strange moves out, Wayne, he's ready to move in. Ready to move in. Setting up in the center. Now Wayne, he doesn't want to pull the trigger too soon. He wants to wait for the opportune moment. Here comes the move out. As Strange moves out, he gets spotted. Wayne, he should soon react. I'm loving these Roaches. The Roaches are built to focus down the wall and focus down that Stalker. Yeah, they're going for the Stalker. There's an offensive warp in. Oh, Strange, he turns around. Yeah, he turns around, he comes back home. He shuts down the Roaches. Yeah, nice catch by Strange. Cleans them up. Cleans up the Roaches. Strange pulling away. Likewise, Strange, he is, kind of saturating the third base a little bit. Still building up more Immortals. Getting into +2. What was it upside? Getting to the mineral line. They catch up 4 or 5 drones. And brutal losses here from Wayne. Losing up to 6 workers. Shading to the third base, getting another couple of drones. 9 drones going down. Now, what's scary about this is that Wayne didn't really drone to begin with. Being on a low drone count means that every worker is that much more valuable to you. So Wayne, he has to re-drone. Now here comes the actual move out. Strange, he breaks out across the map. Wayne going for another Ling run-by. Does Strange have enough? That's a lot of Roach Ravager. But again, that's going to be 4 Immortals. So far, the force fields are solid. Lings, they come in from behind. They run into the army. Oof. Leading up Lings. Likewise, the upside shade into the middle line. Drone's going to be going down. And Wayne is being pulled apart. Comes in for the surround. Show us the Biles. Biles, they graze the army. Immortals, they break out. Oof. Some more Biles do connect. And Biles, they shut down some of their sentries, but Adepts are in the main base. They're at the third as well. Adepts are just popping off. They're killing everything. And Wayne is being pulled apart. He's getting on top of those Roaches, though. Sorry, on top of the Immortals, I meant to say. Getting on top of the Immortals. Biles, they don't quite connect. Adepts are still popping up. Boys are being pulled. Reinforcements have arrived. And Strange is snowballing out of control. He breaks through those Ravagers. Once again, Biles, they somewhat connect. Boys are being pulled. We got a surround. It's not a clean trade, but can he reset the Immortal count? He barely can. Whew. Takes down every Immortal. What did he lose? He lost 20. There's an yeah, there's an Eps. There's just more Eps coming in. The warpins continue, and Strange, he breaks through, busts into the main at 27 drone kills. And there isn't much of a sending army remaining. Oh, shades into the natural, gets more drones. Getting 46 kills in total. And Strange, yeah, he's done it. He's done it. He has broken Wayne. GG gets called, and Strange, he will take a 3-1 lead in the series. GG. GG, well played, Strange. He does take a lead in the series. Again, a very unusual or otherwise strange build. Bearing in mind, it was 3 gate glaives. It was 3 gate glaives into a robo and forge on one base. And what was most crucial, I feel, was the fact that Strange, he saw the attempted run by. Strange, I'm pretty sure he wanted to move out sooner. Did want to, but he didn't, because he was playing it safe. He was aware of the potential Ling counterattack. He was able to deflect and then go for a later move out instead. A later move out with more immortals, with more sentries, more depths, more deadly, and alas, did overwhelm Wayne. Did pull him apart. Unfortunately, Wayne just having a hard time with the adepts shading into the mineral lines, and eventually he was broken. Took a long time, but alas, just couldn't also sustain those losses. As a reminder, in the lead up to that, remember, we were trying to emphasize that Wayne, he had a low drone count to begin with, didn't have the strongest economy, he was torn apart. And that leads us into potentially the final game of the series. I hope not. I hope we get a back and forth. I want us to go the distance here, but the pressure is on. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Whispers of Gold, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg down in the series. Can he fight back? It is Wayne. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player. The red Protoss himself leading the series 3-1, one game away from becoming our champion for the month of March. It is Strange. Ooh, here we go. Getting into our next game. And Strange, he has been popping off with different variations of glaive adepts. Different variations, and what do we see this time? We're going to be loading into Whispers of Gold. This is one of the smallest maps in the map pool. Aggression is favored, and we all know that Strange is going to be aggressive. In one way, shape, or form, aggression is on the table here. What's it going to be? Do we go into glaives once again? Do we go into an immortal all-in? Do we go into Sky Toss? What do we have? And again, when it comes to Wayne's response last game, I just want to emphasize, and I don't blame him, like Wayne, he was being, it feels like almost overly safe. Like he was terrified as to what the hell Strange was up to. And I mean, I'm terrified watching, like, it's scary, Pappy, oh my god. But because that Wayne, he was really hesitant to drone up and to saturate his even 3 base economy, and even take a 4th base as well, just because he didn't want to get all in. Like, he didn't want to die being too greedy and die droning. That did kind of impact that that defense as well, that game state more importantly. I mean, again, Strange, he went for an offbeat timing and an offbeat push. It was more delayed than it otherwise would normally be. Again, sending my energy to Wayne, as it's going to be another Twilight Council opener. Okay. Now, once again, with a Twilight Council, we have options. Could be a variation of Glaive Adepts, could be Dark Shrine, could be Charge. If he pulls out a gas, we could see like a Charge all-in, which is very niche, very unorthodox, very rare. Could be a delayed Archon drop with the Temple Archives. As Wayne's Scout, I believe, is denied. The Scout is denied. "50 Shades of Glaives." Oh, no. Yeah. You know what? You're not wrong. With Strange involved, yes, there are 50 different shades of Glaives. Ah, no. Which one's it gonna be? Aye. As I mean, hey, you called it right, Glaives. I mean, he's done it every game, in a different way, but he's done it every single game. Aye. So what do we see? We see 3 gates. So it's gonna be 3 gate Glaives. If you remember, last game I did call this early, saying, oh, it's 3 gate Glaives is gonna lead into a third. And here it is. This is the build that I assumed he was going for on ley lines. If you remember, I was saying how, oh, like, he invented this build going 3 gate Glaives into a third base. It's macro Glaive Adepts. How Skillus was doing it, Max Pack, Showtime, like the European region kind of adopted it for a little bit. And this is that build. This is that build. Unlike the last game, faster expansion. Now, the reason why I say this is macro Glaives is because, again, the robot was delayed, which means no Warp Prism. Adepts are going to be threading some shades here, but overall, focus on expanding and saturating the third base. This is all designed to keep the Zerg player busy and to maintain the third. Meanwhile, Wayne back at home, cutting workers. He does cut workers early. He's massing up Lings, massing up, once again, really early Roach Warren out of Wayne, massing up Roach Ravager. And Wayne, it looks like his best defense is a good offense. It looks like Wayne, his goal here is to shut down this army and to counterattack. And here he comes. Wayne, he's going for the all-in. He's making 22 Lings behind this. He's had enough defending. He wants to be the aggressor. You know, Adepts, they do shade away. Massive scout here from Strange. Going for a gateway explosion. Wayne is massing up. Ooh, he's droning. Okay, so Wayne, he's droning up behind this, but the problem with droning now is that he has to make use of this army. And we'll see if he can. Keeping up with the Adepts. Making 10 more Lings. From here, it does back up. More Adepts building up. Strange, he is not saturated. This third base is just for show. It's literally just for show. There is no mining, no saturation. Strange, he's going 2 base all in. Mass Adept. Hi. How many? It's gonna be how many? It's gonna be a 2 base, 8 gate all in. And again, the third is just for show. So 2 base, 8 gate all in here. Mass Adept. I have not seen this before, I'll be honest. I don't even think we can afford 8 gateways. The Vials, they graze the army. Adepts, they bust in, they shut down the Ravagers. And they're shading by, yeah, they're shading past. Adepts, they bust on through. Shading into the main base mineral line. More Adepts shading towards that third. Drone's going to be going down. But is this enough? As he gets 5 drone kills so far. More Adepts shading in. We just keep shading. We just keep going. No. All the Adepts. Again, it's 8 gates on 2 bases, mate. It's crazy. It's crazy. Gets into the natural. Drones are going down, and Wayne's being pulled apart. Wayne is being pulled apart here. Trying to build up those roaches. As they shade back into the main, getting even more workers. And this is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. It's getting out of control. 25, 26. We're getting up to 30. He's almost there. Can we get to 30? We can. 29. Queen gets targeted. Clutch transfuse. And Wayne, he has nothing left. He's down to 19 workers. Oof. And the shades, they keep coming. The warpins, they keep going. He doesn't stop. There's no stopping Strange. No shot. The Adepts, they won't stop coming, and they won't stop coming, and they break the third base as well. And I mean, Wayne, he does have a lair. He's getting to Roach speed. He does have a decent Roach army. Back at home, we should be seeing Immortals. Immortals would make the most sense here from this position to survive and to defend against the counterattack. Prism into the main. He just keeps warping it. He just keeps committing. There's no reason that there's no reason to stop. No reason to stop. Takes down the roaches. He targets down the roaches. Picks up a couple of workers. Denies mining up the gases. From here, shades back in. And Wayne is just having a hard time keeping up. The base itself getting very low. No shot. Can he get the expansion? Can he snipe that third? Meanwhile, you thought that he would stop warping in. No. No, why would he stop? Why would he stop? Oh, no. Shading back and forth between the natural, between the main. Getting 4 more drones. Warping in more adepts. Boys being pulled. I was like, oh, maybe he should just calm down and make immortals. No. He just keep warping in. Just keep going. We own the adepts, and we win. Ah, no. 9 drones going down. Down to how many? Down to 29. I'm afraid to look. How many drones are fallen? 39. 39 drone kills for 65 adepts. Of course, against Lings, trading against Lings, trading against Roaches. As I mean, Wayne, he is somewhat maintaining an economy, true, but he's just redroning. Like, he's just replacing what he's losing. He's not really building anything here. Losing 21 more workers. And here comes it. Here comes the transition. There we go. Immortals now building up for Strange. Now it's time to get out of this, get into Immortal production. He saturates his 3rd base. Technically not all in. Kappa gets his 3rd after the damage has been done, of course. Oh god, and he just keeps going. He just keeps committing. How many roaches are left? 12. 12 roaches remaining. Shading into the natural. And the problem here is that eventually, of course, Wayne will counterattack, but what does he have and what is he up against? He has 14 roaches and 1 ravager. He's up against Immortal Sentry. There are Immortals, there are Sentries, there's a shield battery, there's going to be a shield battery overcharge, or sorry, an energy overcharge as well. There's plenty to defend back at home. And of course, Wayne, his tournament life is on the line. 1 more loss and he is out of the tournament. He's out of the finals. So he's hanging in there. He's hanging in. He's doing what he can. He's coping and smudging at the same time. See in the chat, and people say adept builds are rubbish. I mean, adept builds, I feel like people that say that probably don't watch StarCraft. Like, Hero still does adept builds. Even Max still does adept builds from time to time. But the Koreans still mix them in. I mean, Hero, he beat Cyril with adepts during Master Colosseum. Twice, actually. Twice, yeah. he did adept Cyril out of a couple of games in Master Colosseum. So usually that's like something that people on Reddit say, and it's just like it's a tell that they don't watch StarCraft. It's a self-report. I'll always remember that game in Master Colosseum when Hero, when he adepted Cyril on El Dorado. It was crazy with the proxy. Now there's Strange moving in. He's got his 4 immortals. Getting to the mineral line, getting more workers. Gonna be 8 drones going down. And the Ravagers are gonna try to hold their own here. But again, they're up against 4 immortals, and they can finally knock down that expansion. The hatchery falls. Wayne down to 2 bases. And Wayne is completely all in. I mean, he's been all in for a while at this point. Oh, the Wilds. They catch out a sentry, not bad. Getting on top of the immortals. They take down 1. Only 1 though. Just the 1 immortal. Strange. Still maintaining his army. Strange dropping into the main. And yeah, this is going to be the final push here for Wayne. Will at least deny an expansion. Just force a cancel. Let's go. Moving in. Oh, nice force fields. Locking down the Ravagers. I mean, there was always potential with Mass Ravager to bile the army and to catch out the Immortals. There is a chance, of course, but it is reliant here on Strange making mistakes. As Roaches are kept back at home to defend. Wayne, he has no economy. It's all or nothing. He's got how many? He's got 15 Ravagers. If you're watching GG Machine versus Art, he was actually in a similar position here where he did actually break guards. It was impressive. But he also surrounded the army. He was able to surround and lock down the Immortals. Oof. Speaking of DTs, no, they're Dark Templar. The zero detection. Zero detection. GG and Strange. He will take the series 4-1. He will be this month's Firegrow Cup champion. GG. GG, well played, congratulations here. Strange, he will claim the series, very nicely done, and with some unique builds as well, is what I will say. Saying that, oh, you know, he glaive adepted Wayne in the finals, and that's how he took it, I feel like is, again, kind of glossing over the amount of variety that he had. Almost every game, yes, all roads led to glaives, but a different build overall. He got there in different ways. Some were earlier timings, some were later timings, different variations. This, for example, was an 8-gate 2-base all-in with a fake third. This is the first time he had done that this series. First time I had seen something quite like that. Disgusting. but unique as well. So GG, well played. Strange, he will claim the series and he is our champion. Congratulations. My condolences to Wayne. Wayne, at least he was able to fight back and put a point on the board, but yeah, Wayne not having the best time here, getting torn apart left and right. Again, winding it back when it comes to some of the previous games that we had, Wayne, you could see how even mentally taxing this series was, because we even saw some games, I think I'm referring to ley lines, when Wayne was playing overly safe. When Wayne, he was being overly safe, he was cutting worker production, and that set him behind. That set him behind because Strange went for a later 3-base push instead of a 2-base one with glaive adepts, and because that Wayne, he kind of got into his own head a little bit. He delayed his own economy. That did hinder his own army, and he was overwhelmed, of course. That was back on ley lines. Even before that, we had, I guess, the Skytoss game in the previous series in the upper brackets. Some crazy games. Regardless, GG, well played. Congratulations here. Strange, he will claim the series and is our champion. A shout out to Wayne, of course, for making it to the finals and making a series out of this, and a shout out to all the other competitors here in this tournament as well. Here we go. As we do have not just Wayne and Strange, we had GG Machine. GG Machine, he made it all the way to the 3rd place match, so very well done. Likewise, we had other competitors. We had Art, we had Milky Cow as well, Sickness, and many others. It was great to see some of these players for the first time. Like Sickness, I'd never casted before, and I appreciate what I saw. Did appreciate what I saw. Likewise, shout out to MinoVK. More importantly, MinoVK. MinoVK, he is the organizer of this tournament. Every single month, he does host this event for the CIS region, from players from, of course, all around, from Kazakhstan, from Ukraine, from, of course, Belarus as well, and, of course, Russia. And, yeah, they do all come together here to compete, to face off here in the Firegrow Cup. GG. GG, well played. And with that, I'll see you guys next month. I mean, we'll see you next month for the next edition here of Firegrow Cup. MinoVK, for the longest time, he was more of a competitor. He was a pro player, but in recent months, he has been giving back to the scene and giving back to the community, hosting these tournaments and casting on his channel as well. So much love to MinoVK for making that happen. And yeah, it's been quite successful as a result, and it's been great to be a part of this as well. It's been great to be a part. Growing the fire. Let's go. GG, well played. Likewise, with that will wrap up our 3rd broadcast for the day. We've been casting for almost like 12 hours straight. We were live yesterday afternoon with the SCL StarCraft Evolution Masters show match between Dark and Björn, followed by Sparkling Tuning Cup, followed by Firegrow Cup. So a lot of content, a lot of casting here on the channel. And a lot more to come. A lot more to come. As you can see here on our weekly schedule, we're going to be live in less than 24 hours with our next broadcast with Wardy TV Monday. That is going to be at 9 p.m. KST. That is going to be our next event, so do look forward to that. That is going to be an open cup where we see Europeans and Koreans often face off against each other. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have the Pigasaur Monday on Tuesday. We have HSL. We have Code for Giants Cup, Turtle Tussle, Rex March Madness, and many, many more events over the week. That's a lot of content, a lot of StarCraft. Do tune in and do check it out. We're going to be adding some extra broadcasts as well, because I do have some replays from other events that we're going to be covering, like StarCraft Evolution Code A. Going to be covering a show match between, I want to say, was it Beyond and Classic? I do have, Enki hosted a show match recently. Hold on. What did Enki give me? Enki hosted a show match in Spanish. It was Hero vs. Beyond. That's it, Hero vs. Beyond. So I'm going to be covering that series as well. That was a best of 7. So a lot of good fun, a lot of content, a lot of StarCraft here on the CranKy Ducklings. If you enjoy the content, then do consider following. Consider following us here on all the social medias. We have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. All things CranKy Ducklings. All things CranKy Ducklings. We have a TikTok as well. And of course, you can also follow us on Patreon. Patreon is the place to be when it comes to supporting our tournaments. What do I mean by that? Specifically, we run 3 tournaments here on the channel: Sparkling Tuna Cup, Sea Duckling Open, and Master Swan Open as well. It is all funded via Patreon, and we have been getting a lot of support recently, so thank you so much to all of our patrons. Thank you so much for growing the event and for supporting the scene and supporting the community. 100% of the money on Patreon goes towards our tournaments. It goes towards the players, I should say. It all goes towards the players. Eventually, we'll have a future goal where we can pay our admins and our casters. But for now, it all goes towards the players. So thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. You can help us grow our channel and grow our tournaments via Patreon. Otherwise, thanks so much. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it. And I guess I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, or whenever is our next broadcast that you tune into. Again, we're live on a daily basis here, multiple times a day, every single day. So yeah, you'll find us at some point. You'll find us at some point. We cast more than any other channel out there when it comes to StarCraft. All the casting, all the content. We'll see you next time. Until then, I'm gonna go to bed. It is 7 a.m. it's 7 a.m. in the morning, papi. Ay. It's been a long day. It's been a lot of casting. I'm gonna go get some sleep. I'm gonna go get some rest. Maybe go for even a bit of a walk as well. It's been a while. Need a rest up. So thanks for watching. Stick around. We're gonna be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Who's live at the moment? Who can we raid? I see Gabe. Gabe is live. Nightmare is. It's been a while since I've seen Nightmare. Nightmare is live. We could give Nightmare some love. I see Sian. Who else? Angry. We'll find someone to raid. So give them a chance, give them some love, give them some support. Who else? Zonbergo playing Baldur's Gate. A Laser playing OE4, yeah. That makes sense. Este Laser. But we'll find someone. So with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We'll see you guys next time for our next broadcast. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and yeah, have a great day. Have a great end of weekend, and a great rest of your week. See you next time. Ciao, baby, ciao. See you next time. Hasta luego.